Neosulfid you like.
Yeah,
like
that's great. That's a great
We
map.
all like Neosulfid.
Everyone likes Neosulfid. All right.
So,
let's...
I got Snow here in the top right and Queen in the bottom right. So both players sharing the right side of the map, and the Overlord headed northbound towards Snow's natural.
Yeah, Lucky Scout right there. What are you doing PvZ opener-wise right now, Tasteless?
I am all about the Gateway on 9 expand build.
Oh, Gateway on 9. Okay, you don't like it on 10?
I don't think people are doing it on 10.
Oh, okay. Because I play like 1 or 2 games as random every day, and I get Protoss 90% of the time. I've been doing Gateway on 10 expand. I guess I should make it on 9. That's
the reason
funny.
why you want it on 9 is like if they hatched on 12,
yeah,
you want to suicide your Zealot in there, and while you make a Nexus and a Forge and a Cannon. But like just getting there like a few seconds earlier is just so important. And if it's not a gate on, a hatch on 12, you just get your Zealots out a little bit quickly or more quickly that allows you to hold everything more evenly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So
and yeah, there it is.
On 9.
Yeah, it looks like Snow agrees with you, not me. Okay. There we go. the nine gateway gonna go ahead and scout in the wrong direction, unfortunately.
One thing I've noticed, because I've been using this build a lot, I actually feel like you're always supposed to scout, like on this map, for instance, clockwise.
Why is that?
Because if their Overlord finds you and you're doing this counterclockwise scout, if they made 9 pools or 4 pool or something, they can run around your Zealot.
That was yeah, okay. I see what you mean. I guess, yeah, Zerg for the most part does scout towards the natural, so that would mean a clockwise scout.
Yeah, you'll see the Overlord. You'll both find each other right away and just play an honest game. Because the weird thing about this build, like when he gets here and sees that this is a very ordinary opener, then you know you're in for a normal game. But because you're doing gate on low ground and you don't know, they might have like 5 pooled you, or they might be like doing pool on 9, speed or non-speed, which just requires you to do a few things very quickly and perfectly, or you lose. Just having that information immediately allows you to kind of get your mind into what kind of game you're going to be playing.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, because like that's the best way for Zerg to scout, but we talk about it a lot, how you should be varying that a little bit as well. So
right.
All right, well, the Zealot is down here. The probe actually going to chase that drone a little bit. I like that. Zealot going into the main base. Looks like we have at least like 4 Zerglings on the way, maybe 6.
Yeah, so this Zealot comes in here. Usually you want to have the probe with it to help get the kills over here. But really what's happening that's more important is almost on the other side of the map. It's all the tech he's buying with this Zealot just sort of being here. Because we've got 8 Lings. It's kind of interesting to watch Snow do this. He's just kind of keeping the probe scouting and making sure that there's not going to be a Hydra Den yet after this gas finishes.
Yeah.
And so it gets surrounded. You can see... But by the way, Snow's trying to play like Mini here, I want to point out. Right now in his main, it looked like a bugged replay. There were so many idle probes, but he's back to mining here. But this is, I feel a little bit scared right now for Snow, dude. I mean, his Wallen's not done. He went gas and then Forge, so he's not going to have the core yet. But he did go gas before Forge. I mean, this is sort of the Protoss revolution here of trying to cut as many corners as physically possible while not dying to Lings. And I worry for the guy, because I think this is going to be a Ling all-in. Yes, it is. Yep,
he's still hatching Lings, you're right. And I think you're right. I think he's just going to bust him immediately here. We have the shield battery on the way, but here come the Lings. My God, that's a lot of Lings. He's got to be careful not to let those in right now. He starts a cannon. Now, hold on. If this cannon finishes, is he going to be, like, is Queen just going to be in super trouble? Oh, God, no. Look at the Lings come out.
If the cannon finishes, though, that's the problem. Ling's speed's going to finish here. You can make magic happen with this battery and these Zealots and these probes, but you got to be careful. Whoa.
I thought Queen won 2 ASLs. Like, what am I looking at here, Tasteless? Like, did Did Snow just play the greediest game ever, then just slap down all his Zerglings?
Well, people never make the battery. This is sort of a new thing I've only really seen the last, like, 2 weeks. Is, like, if you have a shield battery and probes and a zealot, you can kill, like, infinity lings. But yeah, he just makes the battery, and if you get the hold, I mean, you can just plug up these entrances. And I do want to point out, Queen was, like, dominant last year. He has not been in the same stance as everybody since then.
Yeah, he's still making, like, top 8 and stuff. But yeah. Well, wait, what did he get this time? He got, like, 3rd place? 4th place? This past season? So
I should know that because I casted with you, but I don't.
Right? He played the ZVZ series against Hero, right? Yeah, I think I'm remembering that correctly. But anyways, I mean, that's funny because he's at that flash level at this point where we're like, oh, if you don't win, man, you're kind of slacking off.
We're all pretty disappointed you didn't beat everybody in the world always.
Yeah. Did you lose? You lost a best of 5? Oh my God, you're just not it anymore. But he's going for a Hydra bus here, 3-hatch Hydra.
Yep.
And the shield battery could be in the way. We've seen players lose because the shield battery is taking up a cannon spot.
Yeah. Well, this is, I think, why he's going for it is the battery wasn't killed. He probably should have had the cannon shoot down the battery. And then just fill this in with cannons. And I'm not sure where this is going to go from here. By the way, the probe is scouting. He has not seen yet.
Yeah, he saw no Hydras. Now he does.
So he sees this one, so now he knows.
Yeah, he's got to throw down a lot of cannons right now. So hopefully the shield battery is helpful for him. 3 cannons are warping in. 1 is almost done, but look at the amount of Hydras coming up here. Going to start hitting those Zealots in the wall right away. Oh my God, Snow in some trouble. He held the first part of the all-in, but is he going to be able to hold the second part?
Yeah, this is a little bit scary here. Again, that battery's still here. Keep in mind, guys, if you're from StarCraft 2, the battery in Brood War can't heal buildings.
The battery in Brood War is a trillion times worse than the battery in StarCraft 2. It's like not even...
probably the lowest tier building.
In the whole game, it's like...
Yeah.
Queen's Nest is more useful.
It's like the Ghost Academy is like a better building.
Yeah, the covert ops in the middle of the map is better.
Now he can use that battery to heal up these Zealots. Keep in mind, there's not that much more room for cannons here. I don't know that the Zerg is going to commit to this. I see drones coming out of the main now, so I think... Yeah. I think he's actually stopping. I see macro hatches.
Snow actually canceled his last cannon before it warped in, and you're right, the 2 macro hatches and the 4th base at the mineral expand. Seems like Queen is on a full transition out of Hydra Town.
Out of Hydra Town, yeah.
He's gonna go to Lurker City next, Tasteless.
That's right. He's moving to the big Lurker City to see if he can make it there. Yeah, man. Now this is what's always sort of funny post Hydra pressure is like you realize that Protoss never made any infrastructure, so suddenly all the gateways appear at once. Because a cannon costs the same as a gateway, so like all these cannons at the front should have been. He wanted them to be gateways, but he would have lost had he done that. So now we're seeing the infrastructure pick up. Now the 3-hatch Hydra wasn't really an all-in. We should point out, like he did get rid of. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So he went mass speedlings or mass Zerglings, like with almost no drones, and then he went mass Hydras, still with almost no drones, and neither of that was all in.
Yeah, well, it's only all in if he keeps doing it. But if you like stop, it's like, all right, this is fine. You know what I mean?
Just seems like, ridiculous is all. Like how you can make this many units and just be like, yeah, I'm transitioning, it's fine.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. He has just enough drones that the game doesn't end outright. But this counterattack here with the Zealots, this really shows you how the Zerg is actually pretty weak after attacks like this.
Yeah, the Zealots are wrecking right now. I think that hatchery is going to end up falling, right? He's trying to micro against it. Down goes that Sunken Colony as he's trying to morph in. The 2 Corsairs get an Overlord. In fact, he's going to go after the rest of the Overlords as his Zealots are tanking. That is a lot of Zealots there.
This is a pretty scary attack. These are +1 attack Corsairs here. And the thing is, if Protoss can do this correctly, what happens is that the Zerg loses units and gets supply blocked. And the next wave of Zealots can end up just completely shutting the Zerg down.
It looks like Snow has massacred him. Look at this. He's supply blocked.
those Lings and the Hydras that he sent in there, I mean, he wasn't developing a safe economy. And Zerg is still supply blocked, by the way. So, like, now he can start to push in here again. He can start to hit these Overlords. And, like, Zerg might just die here. It's one of the funnier ways to lose the game is you start to lose on two fronts, and you basically get, like, economically gridlocked. Like, you can't make stuff. The Corsair, even if it's just one, is going to keep killing Overlords. There's more Zealots being made that are being rallied out of the natural here.
Yeah, I did see him target down one of the Corsairs that was really badly hurt in the middle of that battle. I guess he's pretty sick of losing all his Overlords, but unfortunately it's still occurring. 4 Zealots going to be pushing up this ramp. There's like a lot of great drone drills that we're seeing, but the amount of damage has been so severe. It's hard for me to get my head around the fact that Queen is even still in this game.
Yeah, well, he is up on the ropes right now. You have to be a very good Zerg to kind of bounce back from this position. But I'm trying to even imagine how Queen can win the game from here. I mean, he lost that 4th base. He's sitting on what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hatch Hydra, which means he hasn't really fully developed economically here. Like that 6th hatchery at the 4th was, you know, him trying to kind of have his cake and eat it. He's going to remake that at his 3rd. But right now, man, I mean, with these Templars here, Storm, I would have to imagine is done. These 2 Overlords, oh my god, above the Nat. I didn't even notice this. They can't even be protected.
Oh, man, yeah. Those are going to get picked off. He does have the High Templars in here now as well. Lurker Eggs helping him to choke this up, making a full wall there. I love it. But he's going to just target the hatchery down. He's got so much damage output.
Yeah, he can just Psy Storm on the other side and... You know, get these hatches. I mean, this is really important stuff that he's just not able to really use here. He may have to back off when the lurkers are here.
Yeah, and he does, but he got the hatchery, which seems to be very, very important. Down will go an Archon here. But Snow, he's got his 3rd Nexus up. Going to be transferring probes over there momentarily. A good amount of gateways right now, just pumping out High Templars and Zealots. And, I mean, he has Observers as well, so I'm really not too worried about him holding on here.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy, man. I do worry Snow overextended. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think killing the hatchery is great, but that was a lot of stuff that he lost back there. Like, he hasn't quite put all his pieces back together. He hasn't filled his army out with Dragoons yet either here.
All right, well, he's pulling back. Yeah, that is, I guess, a little bit surprising, but the amount of pressure he's kept on, it kind of makes sense in a way that he didn't have... He didn't really have time to get into that. I wonder, does he already have goon range? Do we know? Because I imagine that would be going right now if he did not, right? Like, you have to get into goon range.
Correct. I think you're correct. He must have already gotten it, right? Because he wouldn't be sitting here on the 3rd base and he's like, it's time to make sure my Dragoons are not garbage.
Yeah.
Click on that Corsair Artosis and look at the kills. It's kind of crazy.
8 kills. Damn.
That's 8 Overlords that were picked off, and some of those kills were probably on the other Corsair too. So, like, that's pretty crazy.
That is wild. All right, we do have Dragoons coming out now. I feel like this is going to really fill out his army and make it twice as hard for Queen at this point. But Queen has his Overlord speed. Do you, like, as far as comebacks go for Zerg here, I feel like there's a couple different, like, I feel like there's 3 ways to do it. 1 is you turtle up to Defiler. 2 is mass drops. And 3 is just, like, running around with groups of Hydra counterattacking, hoping you don't die.
I think drops is maybe the best way, although these positions are not ideal. Because the most droppable location's the expansion that just has cannons there. Like, that's kind of the funny thing that Queen forced, and now that's not an option. You can turtle to Defilers, but... because they're both sharing the right side of the map, Protoss is pretty comfortable for growth, and he beat me to it. I was going to say, the other way is to try to do this Muta Hydra combo, where you basically just snipe the Templars, and then you have enough Hydras, you win the game. But you need to do it very quickly.
There are a lot of Dragoons out. 1/1 upgrades are already done here for Snow. We'll see what he can get done with the Mutas. He does have a full group here, so I guess he can kill off High Templars really, really quickly.
Yeah, the thing about mutas, I mean, it's the same problem that Terrans have, where it's like the mutas just don't die. Like, things are attacking them, and they're actually just beefy enough. And so the problem is Dragoons, they're actually good against Mutalisks, but they don't kill them fast, right? And so the problem is that mutas can just snipe the Templars, and then after that, it doesn't matter if they're killed off or not. I mean, obviously, you want to try to keep them alive if you can, but They've served their role, and then the Hydras can just roll through. So we got the Mutas coming out now. Here we go. 2 Templars, and this is also a funny thing for the Protoss, where they end up storming their own stuff. So he takes out 2.
Dude, his micro there was really good. He barely took damage compared to what you can take. So with 2 High Templars down, there are 3 more with the main army, 1 at the 3rd base. But once he kills them, can his army actually kill what Snow has going up a hill? I don't think so, right?
No, I think he probably can.
Oh, really?
Lurkers and Hydras are just
oh my God,
much better than Zealots and Dragoons.
Tastosis.
So, I'm sorry, did he get more Templars?
He got the other 3.
Okay, so he's got all the Templars. So Queen might be able to just win this. We got to see how the next few fights go.
Well, it looks like he's being a little bit greedy at hitting the 3rd base and the 4th at once.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. He's going to come up here now and use the Mutas and the Hydras to try to hit this location. If he can push the Lurkers up here as well, that's good. The only other really target that he would like to kill would be these Observers. If you can snipe the Observers, it's another thing where, like, suddenly Protoss is just not that strong.
Yeah, he does snipe that 1 Observer, so his 3 Lurkers will be fine for now, but Snow saves his 4th base. It looks like it's going to finish. Maybe he can get some cannons actually warped in up here and hold on to it. That 3rd gas would do Snow so much good.
Yeah, getting the 3rd gas is extremely important. You know, that's when you can really keep making Templars. You're not worried if you drop 1 or 2 here. But he's going to come in here. He's going to snipe this Templar at the Nat. And you can see basically Snow's resigning to the fact that the Templars are going to be killed. He's trying to storm and just chew up a little bit of extra damage over there on them. But I think Snow is kind of barely holding everywhere. Maybe not here at the 3rd. We need to see a couple more units made. There really is this funny balancing act of, am I making Dragoons or am I making Zealot High Templar? And if you get in the habit of making the wrong one at the wrong time, you can just lose outright.
Oh my God, he's going to pick off that pylon at the 4th base, Tastosis, and that means the cannons all go down. That was 3 cannons. They could have done so much good.
Yeah.
He's got that Snow pylon there, unfortunately, and that's... Dude, I can't believe what I'm seeing here from Queen. He is just making it work.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy here. The thing is, oh, hold on, we have a Zealot attack down here at the bottom at 6 o'clock. It looks like this is going to be held as well. You know, the problem with Muta Hydra is if you get a player that's just very good at controlling, they can a lot of times just outmaneuver the Protoss. You know what I mean? But Snow's got 4 bases. He's okay. He just needs to get cannons up here and really start to soak up the resources from it. It looks like he has about 1 control group there. A couple more probes are going to come in here and make this look like a much better mine base.
Can you speak to why Queen has made this many mutas? Because, like, I understand the group to snipe High Templars, but now he's got, like, 20 or so.
He's going to fly into the main. Is what he's going to do. It's this weird thing where a lot of people don't expect the Zerg to do this, but sometimes if they do this, it just works. And so you see, he actually has so many mutas over here that
this
Protoss
is silly.
has to, like, send Dragoons back here and fight it. He has Corsairs, but this is not enough Corsairs to really win this fight.
And he's going to pick off the Templar archives, it looks like. Oh, the storm! Oh my God! That storm did so much damage!
That's insane!
Oh my God! And those 3+1 Corsairs got a couple... Man, he's almost got the Templar archives, and it looks like he should just barely get it, but that was very costly for Queen.
Yeah, that was pretty insane, man. And so, from here, I mean... Look, Queen is barely in this economically. Like, what's happening as far as development on his side of the map is pretty depressing. All he's got are these insane attacks. Like, if Snow can just get back on his feet, he probably will win this because Zerg is so late. Like, this 4th base is finally up.
Like what you say, like it definitely looks true. Like, if Snow just stabilizes for a moment, he should win. But then I look at the supplies. And I'm like, I am not used to that, because normally when Zerg has more supply, they are going to win, but it definitely doesn't look at this way this game. And look at this, the Muta is just being shredded by those Corsairs.
Yeah, it was a pretty impressive attack. The Protoss a lot of times has to just make enough Corsairs that the Mutas can't do what they want to do, because it's very easy for the Protoss to get out of the habit of making the Corsairs. And you know, if you're going to fight Hydra Lurker, you're fine, but then if the Mutas come out, you suddenly lose. And so Snow's committed again to getting enough Corsairs, excuse me. 5 is basically the number because you can shoot down Scourge before they just run you over. If they have +1. But I'm worried now for Queen. I mean, he's had a pretty insane game. He has a lot of army supply, but unless this 4th base falls, I think Snow just slowly and steadily moves to the front.
Yeah.
You know, he starts to become the leader in this game. It's been a truly back and forth fight with, you know, Queen having some pretty vicious attacks. But Snow has basically weathered them.
Yeah, like, it just feels like he's getting too cost efficient at this point. He's got his nice 2/2 upgrades. He's getting lots of Psystorm, and Queen is kind of stuck on this layer tech. We haven't seen the Queen's Nest. Like, he's adding another Evolution Chamber. Okay, he just started the Queen's Nest at his natural, but I mean, if you just start the Queen's Nest, Defilers are a ways off. Because you need, like, Defilers, Consume, and Plague to really to grind Protoss down. And that, it takes a while to get the Queen's Nest, to get the Hive, to get the Defiler Mountain, to upgrade those 2 spells.
Okay, so these Scourge are going to come in here. He is going to wipe out most of these Corsairs, which is a pretty big deal. We'll see if this is taken advantage of later on. Because the Mutas are still out and about on the map here. Now, interestingly, Snow is taking the 5th. It's really been Snow kind of playing a Sim City game of just trying to survive and make buildings, just rebuild here.
Yeah.
Because he knows eventually he's going to max out if he keeps, you know, producing attacking units. And eventually when he maxes out or gets to, like, close to that, like 175, that'll be his cue to attack. It's kind of a funny thing with Protoss is, like, you're basically in a game like this just running around putting out fires until eventually you'll go, okay, wait a minute. I think I've held everything off. Now's my time to attack.
Yeah. Well, Queen wants to buy more time. He's still making a lot of lurkers. He's sending overlords all over the place. He kind of has pretty good intel. But what is there to know other than the fact that Snow has just taken his 5th and gotten more gas? His army is going to be so ridiculous now.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I mean, this is kind of crazy. And now we're watching the back and forth here of the Protoss's army. Here's the thing, though. I don't think he can actually bust the 4th down, which would be the most organic place to attack. And Queen's been pretty sneaky here by taking this bottom left main. It's so far away, it's hard for Protoss to push into. And so I'm a little bit worried here for Snow. Snow is tempted to just try to push right up into this high ground area. But a lot of times if there's enough lurkers and sunken colonies, you just can't get in there. Yeah,
and his spread, like, you can see he's spreading his lurkers all a Psystorm apart and everything. Like, I love it. I love to see it. And he is defending that bottom left main base. Zealots just ran in there, but the Mutas will clean those up. But now it's like, okay, is Snow going to send his entire army there? Maybe Queen can do a counterattack and actually kill one of these bases.
Yeah, I mean, truly what Queen needs to do, I'm sorry, what Snow needs to do is actually take out this bottom left base. But look at this setup. This is so smart. So Queen knows this base is keeping him in the game, but he also knows the size of the army to come down here to kill it is going to be a lot. And so the counterattack threat is very real. Yeah. Now, let's see how well this counterattack goes. This is one of these things where Zerg doesn't have enough hotkeys on a keyboard to control the army, so you got to kind of throw everything, group after group after group, up into this.
Yeah, and Snow is attacking that bottom left as predicted, and as predicted, here is the counterattack of Queen. Lots of Lings and Hydras coming in right now. He does have the Hive, but it doesn't look like Adrenal is quite done. The Psystorms shredding Queen's army for the most part. More Lurkers and Lings being sent up as Snow's main army is killing the bottom left off. But I don't think that Queen is actually gaining really much of anything through his attack. He's just losing his army, and this game, I think, is almost over now. Yeah, well, the problem is that he didn't actually break into the where the Protoss was, right? He kind of got to where the rally point is, but that's not real progress. And so the bottom left base goes away. Zerg's third just dried up. GG. Queen loses, and Snow stays on top as the king of the hill. That was an excellent game. That was a hell of a game, man. That was, yeah, that was super awesome. It's crazy, dude. We have like about an hour left. We've only done 3 games because they've been so epic. Yeah, damn. Yeah, time is flying right now, isn't it? But yeah, that's like 3 half-hour games, basically. All right, so Snow remains on top. And who is up next? From our original set of pro gamers that we got here, we have Light and Shuttle left over.